Thank you very much, Matt. Now, we are joined this morning by Congressman Ryan Zinke. Mr. Zinke, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. We spent the last couple of days going around Montana and attending, the issues that are local, bridges that need to be repaired, our law enforcement. One thing about law enforcement, their sheriffs are elected, and they're not shy about telling you what they need, but they need it.
Right.
So, it's nice to have the cruisers, the right equipment, that they're out in the highways protecting us. So it's nice, and also, it's when you drive around Montana, it's a recognition how lucky we are.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a beautiful state that we live in, and we're so blessed to do that. And I also wanted to take time to thank you, of course, for your years of service, both to our nation as a Navy SEAL, but also in Congress as well. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I added it up, actually 35 years when you add up the SEAL teams and then state senator, Congress secretary. But I looked at it, and the age has caught up on life of a SEAL. So it's nothing life-threatening, but I need to get repaired. And even a battleship has to go to port for repair and reload. But looking at what's happening in Congress, you really can't leave the seat unattended. So for me, it's about maybe a 60-day process, but you can't leave the seat for 60 days. There's so many things happening in Congress, and every vote is precious. Our public lands was under duress and threat, and you just need someone in the seat that represents Montana.
And somebody in the seat, a lot of people are now trying to vie for your current seat, both on the Democratic and the Republican side. So give me your take on the current state of everything when it comes to your election.
I found a young, exciting Lieutenant Colonel, 2 Bronze Stars. He runs the #1 radio show across Montana, Aaron Flint. A great wife. He has deep roots in Montana. His family homesteaded there. His dad was a bartender at the Beer Stube. His wife is terrific. Missoula have family ties in Thompson Falls, so a really good. And they have to be a team. In my experience, you need a strong team because the hours are long, the distances, going back and forth, Montana and D.C. So you really need a great team. And his background, he started with Conrad Burns. So I think he's the right candidate. But you don't appoint, you elect. So he's got to go around Montana and with my help convince Montanans he's the right guy for the seat, and I think he is.
And I also wanted to mention, with your Navy SEAL background, give me your current take on the situation over in Iran. Right now we're entering its second week.
Well, Iran, can you imagine the Middle East without a radical Khomeini regime and the 3 H's of evil? Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah. And the president made it clear. He said, you're not going to have nuclear weapons. We know they have nuclear material. We know how much they have. So give up your nuclear material, give up your aspirations for nuclear weapons, and stop making the ballistic missiles, to inundate defenses for your neighbors. They didn't take the deal. They should have deal. They should have taken it. So now the U.S. has shown what we can do, force projection from sea. We've targeted their military, we've targeted their cybersecurity, and they continue to harass and launch missiles everywhere to their neighbors. So I think the world is going to be a lot better off without Khomeini in the axis of evil. But I was grateful to the president to actually take a stand, because a nuclear-armed Iran, it's not Israel. Believe me, when they say death to America, they mean it. So you could put a nuclear weapon in a storage container, a shipping container, and it would be in New York, Los Angeles, one of our ports, really quickly. So I'm glad finally we're going to deal with it. War is an awful thing, but the U.S. is well prepared.
Congressman Ryan Zinke, it's such a pleasure, as always, to have you on our show. So thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
Well, thanks. And Montana, God bless.
All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, Matt has a look at that forecast.